do some nice traditional Drew yoga, things that you know well. I think it's 1, 2, 3, 4. It's the 5th session in our Stillness in Motion book. And this session isn't actually in the book, but it's got one pose in the book. And then I've built the session around this pose. So the key pose we're going to work with this evening is the Paschimottanasana, which is the seated forward bend pose. Now, seated forward bend, it takes its name from the setting sun, and it's often called the west facing pose. And it reminds us about letting go, about when we let go, we create space. It really helps to ground you and earth you because your sitting bones are down on the earth. It stretches out the whole of the sacrum and loosens up and relaxes that part of the body. And it says here, the key intention of Paschimottanasana is to replenish your energy by letting go. It says, literally translated, this west-facing posture, like the setting sun, it soothes and calms your mind and emotions. As your back stretches forward, old habits and patterns are released. This means they lose their hold on you so that your natural intuitive self can unfold. So to get there, we're going to do a lovely activation. We're going to get the body moving. We're going to stretch the spine in all directions. And then we're going to work through our gorgeous energy block release, the Be Here Now, where we twist the spine, open out the hips. So just invite you to enjoy the practice. Take it at your own pace. I've got my little my yoga cat here with me this evening. And she's very happy. Oops. So I'm going to invite you to come up to your feet and we will begin moving. Oh, you're also going to either need a cushion or a blanket for later on, so we can elevate the hips a little bit. And just coming up to standing, bring your hands together, rub your hands together. And we're just going to begin by creating some figure of eights around the body. So turning your hands on their side and just begin creating that figure of eight, but allowing your hips to flow with it. And it's a really nice, soft, soothing movement, sinking into your knees as you add some twists in there. And we're going to slowly start to lift the arms, keeping the joints lovely and soft in the body. And taking the arms all the way up overhead, describing a figure of eight up above your head. And then bringing that figure of eight down and just beginning to step the feet a little bit wider, expanding into the space around you. You might even notice a bit of tingling in your hands or the air as your hands move through it. And it creates a lovely sense of freedom, of movement and freedom in the body. And just inviting you now to move wherever you need to go, wherever feels good. Really moving intuitively, bending your knees. And the heart rate begins to increase. And you stretch out the spine. And the energy block release we're going to do this evening, it takes the name Be Here Now. Lots of movements that originate at the heart. So to prepare the chest and that part of the body, we're going to start to move the figure of eight up through the midline. So you're just lifting it up. Nice buoyant movement. And again, just allowing that movement now to come back down towards your hips, and we're going to turn it into a bit of a twist. Just turning the hips left to right and allowing the weight and momentum of the arms to draw the upper part of the spine around mid-thoracic. And allowing your hands just to tap loosely against your body. And sort of let the arms lift up. Hands tapping in around elbow level now. You can even turn your head, keeping the knees and the feet facing forwards. Then giving your shoulders a little tap. And then let the arms go all the way up overhead. Nice corkscrew shape movement through your spine, twisting away any worries, any tiredness. No, Parker. Go in there. And we let the arms come down. Start to let your heels lift. And as your heels lift, let the sternum lift. Feel an uplift, a lengthening in your spine. The arms lift up as well. Then all the way up overhead. And then let the arms come down. And as your arms come down, begin to sink down through the knees, through the hips. And there's a turn. And you can feel a little stretch in the quads. And then from here, we're going to change the movement. So we begin to reach across the body. And you can feel as though you're pushing something across. And as you reach, you rise up onto the tiptoe. And we'll start at shoulder level. Breathing out into that reach, stretch. And start to let the arms lift. If you're taking them on a diagonal. Then we're going to come down through that midline. And instead of a reach, it becomes like you pulling back on something. A nice twist in the spine. Something like you're pulling something in. And you're going to build a bit of a forward bend into it now. And allow your hands to stop reaching and end in a nice forward bend. Let your head, neck and shoulders relax down here. Take a few nice, slow, steady breaths. And we're going to slowly rise up, stacking one vertebra at a time. Relaxing, releasing your shoulders back and down. And then just begin circling those shoulders back. And the movement begins with the shoulders. The spine moves as well, hips move. You can feel it in your knees and even in your feet. Let your elbows lift into it. And start to over-exaggerate the movement so the elbows really move back and the arms begin to swing through and underneath. It's really nourishing for the spine, for the discs in your back. And then we'll just take it back into the elbows. And then just the shoulders. And then allow your shoulders to relax, but then take you down into your hips. So you start to create a figure of 8 with the hips. Just gliding one hip forward and then the other. And the weight transfers through the soles of the feet, rolling the soles of the feet along the mat. And change your direction. And then just allow your hips to stop moving. Stepping your feet wider apart. Bend your right knee, sink down into your right thigh. Keep both feet facing forwards. Breathe out as you sink. Stretching out that muscle on the inside of your thigh, that adductor muscle. Lift up and down into the other side. Back over to the right. Breathing out as you allow that muscle to gently stretch. Sink, rise up through the middle and sink down into the left. You come back up towards the middle. Turn your toes out to the sides. Make sure you've got nice and balanced, you've got your knees bent. Going to take the hands up through the midline, reach up, nice big stretch up and sinking down. Just coming down as far as what's comfortable for you. And we've got a lovely expansion through the chest. We're lifting the sternum. And synchronizing the breath. The movement. As you come down this time, place your hands onto your thighs. Tuck tailbone underneath. Core muscles are on. Just hold him for a moment or two. Let your breath become steady and even. Then you're going to lift the toes of lift the heel of your right foot. Place it down, lift the heel on the other foot. And then just begin to enjoy a nice bit of double time. And then sinking back down, you might go a bit deeper, taking your hands all the way up this time and give them a clap overhead. Lovely. Straighten the legs, bring your hands down towards your heart. Big breath in. And as you breathe out, you're going to sink back down, reaching the arms up, stretching the back. And then separate the hands, sweep them all the way down, breathe in as you come back up through the midline. Arms lift up, sternum lifts, legs straighten, and then come down, opening out nice and wide. Hold in there for a few moments. Lovely. And then turning your toes forwards. Lift your hips. Come down. Nice wide leg forward bend. Hold your elbows and just swing between the two big toes. Let your head and your neck and your shoulders relax. And your arms relax. Walk your feet back to hip distance. Bend your knees. And rise up. Coming back up to Tadasana, taking shoulders back and down. You might just want to close your eyes as you stand for a moment or two. Just having that awareness of your breath. Notice your feet, your toes, the ball of the foot, the heel. Then just allowing that earth energy, that stability and strength to rise up through your legs, through your knees. Park your pelvis to neutral. Breathe out and gently lift pelvic floor. Bring your pelvis and hips to neutral. Breathing in, allowing the sternum to lift. And as you breathe out, consciously soften the joints in the body. So we're not holding anything too rigidly. The next in-breath is going to bring your shoulders towards your ears and just circle those shoulders back and down. Feel the crown of your head rising. We just stand for a moment or two in Tadasana, in the mountain pose. Any tiny subtle adjustments you need to make. And with your eyes closed, just inviting you to visualize a tree. And it can be any kind of tree at all. It can be a sturdy oak tree, or a beautiful silver birch, a gnarly yew tree, any kind of tree. Just visualize the trunk of the tree. See its bark. And then allow your awareness just to travel right down towards the very base of the tree. To that point where the eye can see no more. And you travel down into its roots. You can see them winding and twisting through the earth. Secure and steady, that web. Trees is firmly anchored to the ground. Traveling up from its roots, along the trunk of the tree. And just moving the awareness back to your heart. And allowing that visualization just to dissolve. And back to your body. And we're just going to cross the arms over in front, lifting the elbows as if taking off a jumper. I'm going to create a circle around the body. Sink into your knees and just begin to alternate which arm is in front. Lengthening through the spine and the sternum lifts, crown of the head rises. And then each movement follows the breath. As you lift your arms, you breathe in, and as the arms descend down, you breathe out. Noticing that ripple from the base of the spine, energy moves upwards. Sternum lifts. From that life force energy being drawn in from the wings of your breath. Each and every cell of the body is rejuvenated and energized. You may even experience tingling in the arms and hands. And then this time, as your arms lift up overhead, just pause and lift up through the sternum, roll in your last 3 fingers and cover them with your thumb. So it's like you're switching on a light switch. And then holding the mudra, we just continue creating these circles. And you might even want to close your eyes as you move, even visualize something that you'd like to create. You're creating some space in your life, some time, anything at all. And then pausing once more with the arms lifted up above the body. Take a breath in. And as you breathe out, release the mudra, let your shoulders relax. Check hips and pelvis are in neutral. Bring your palms together overhead. And then pressing palms together, guide your hands down towards your heart. Now, shoulders relax. We're going to sink into Utkatasana, chair of the heart. So taking a breath in, pressing palms together. And as you breathe out, straightening the arms and bending the knees, keeping your back very straight. Now this is a heart pump. It's going to get the blood moving through your body. You're going to straighten your legs, bring your hands back towards your heart. Now, if you do have any high blood pressure or heart problems, keep your hands no higher than the level of your eyebrows. And just feel into it. Breathing in as you sink. Breathing out as you straighten the legs. Start to feel quite warm. And as you sink down, you may even want to look up towards the back of your wrists. And then one more, sinking down. Just holding that shape for a second, checking your back's nice and straight and your knees are over your feet. Look up towards your wrists. And then breathe out, separating the hands, let your hands come down by your sides. Just allowing a moment's stillness. They bring those hands up, so your hands are in front at shoulder level, like you're hugging your tree. You breathe in, draw the palms in towards your chest, squeeze shoulder blades together. And as you breathe out, sink back to your knees, push the hands away. And we just continue in this way, breathing in as the hands come in. Breathing. Enjoying that gentle ripple through your spine. It's a movement to bring awareness into the chest and lungs. As your hands come in towards your chest, see if you can expand the ribs out to the sides. As you breathe out, any worries, any tiredness are just released on the breath. Guiding your hands back in towards your chest, and then relax them down by your sides. Your arms may feel a bit tingly still. Adjust your feet, widen your stance a little bit, We're going to do a bit of a flowing twist through the spine, so let your arms lift up to shoulder level. And then just let the movement begin at the base of the spine, twisting over. So you're looking over your right shoulder. Then we're going to bring the hips back first, mid back, upper back, and then the arms come back in front. So try and keep your arms parallel, twisting over to the left side. And we're just going to keep repeating that movement. You can move at your own pace. And just see the spine as if it's like a spiral staircase. Enjoying that delicious twist. Twisting away. Breathing out as you twist. Breathing in as you come back to the middle. And then turn your toes. And as you twist, rise up onto the ball of your foot. Beautiful movements that repeat, allowing the body each time you move to just sink into it a little bit more deeply. Now, next time you twist, doesn't matter which side, you can check that your weight's down through your back foot, lift your sternum, just twist a little bit more, place one hand onto your shoulder, and then bend the other elbow and place it into the small of your back. Take a breath in, lengthen the spine, and as you breathe out, twist a little bit more and hold. As you hold, remember to keep breathing. And then twisting back towards the front. Your arms come around and you're going to go all the way in the opposite direction. So come onto the ball of your foot, twisting around. One hand goes onto your shoulder and you bend the other arm into the small of the back, lift the sternum and twist. They come back through to the front. Give your arms a rest, give them a shake out. Done lots and lots for the arms and the shoulders. Now it's the spine. Separate your feet. Oh, that's a good idea. Hydration. And then move the back. I'm going to move the spine. Separate your feet. So your feet are about shoulder distance, maybe a bit more. Going to bend the knees. And place your hands so your fingertips are pointing inwards. Hinge forwards. And breathe out. And then squeeze your glutes, draw your navel back towards your spine, arch your back, bring your chin in towards your chest. And just keep breathing. Moving from the base of the spine now, tilt pelvis forwards, moving one vertebra at a time, let your chest come up, squeeze shoulder blades together. And moving from the base of the spine, arching the back. And just begin to move in that way. Each time you're looking forwards, you breathe in. And as you arch your back, draw your navel up towards the spine, you breathe out. Then beginning to take that awareness right towards the base. And as you move from the base of the spine, visualize the soft, Flowing light is traveling that length of your spine. It comes up towards the heart. And as you draw your head back, it comes up towards the throat center. Clearing away any tightness. Beautiful flow of energy. And then come back to neutral. And then instead of flowing along the spine, drop your right shoulder down towards the midpoint and twist. So you're looking up over your left shoulder. Breathe in as you come back towards the middle. Drop your left shoulder down and twist. Breathe in, coming back to the middle. Drop your right shoulder and twist. Breathing in, coming back to the middle. Drop your left shoulder and gently twisting through the spine. Then come back to neutral. Hinge forward now. Hold your elbows and just swing. Keeping the knee joint soft, just swinging between the two big toes. Then let your arms relax down now. Now, if you have a block or a book or a cushion, just place it down on the ground between your two big toes. You can walk your feet a bit wider. Bend your knees. Placing your left hand down onto the ground. Now twist from the base of the spine, bring your right hand towards your armpit and then lift that right arm up, gazing up towards your hand. Keep breathing in now. And let the exhalation happen with the movement. So as you breathe out, your arm comes down, placing your hand onto your mat. Turn from the base of the spine, bring your left hand towards your armpit and then lift that left arm all the way up. Breathe in as the arm comes towards your armpit and breathe out as it comes to the mat. And we're just going to repeat that a few times. Really notice the twist through your spine, lifting the arm. Breathe in, breathe out. Repeating several times. Now bringing your both hands back down, walk your feet closer together, and we're going to come down onto the mat. So if you want to adjust your cameras, you can do. Going to come down onto the mat now. Keep your blanket or your cushion handy. We're not going to use them just yet. We will do. Going to get the legs stretched out in front. Give them a nice tap on the ground so you feel your calf muscles relaxing and the backs of the legs. You're going to place both hands down either side of your hips, fingers foot pointing forwards, drawing on your core muscles, recline back, lift up your right leg, and then draw your right thigh in towards your abdomen. Now take a big breath in, and as you breathe out, feel as though a ripple of energy is moving down from the hips, down through your knee and out through your foot. And breathe out. And flick. We're going to repeat 3 times, drawing in. And as you breathe out, let it go. And one more. And let it go. Place that leg down. Change legs. Draw your left leg in. Breathe in and breathe out. That flow of energy travels down through the leg. Breathing it in. One more. There we go. Both legs a bit of a tap onto the mat. Then invite you to slide your hips forward. Come down onto your backs. Put your knees bent. And soles of the feet on the mat. Heels are fairly close to your sitting bones. Knees are hip distance apart. Arms are resting down by your sides. And we just come up into the bridge pose. We're going to do it in one lift. So you're going to tighten your glutes, squeeze into your core muscles, let the hips, pelvis, coccyx lift, press down into your quads, take the weight up onto your shoulders, make sure your neck's nice and long, and just hold in that shape for a few moments. Pressing down into the soles of the feet, breathe in steadily and evenly. And then lowering the body down one vertebra at a time. And we're going to go up again. So big breath in, rolling along the length of the back, lifting the hips, pressing down into the soles of the feet, tightening, squeezing, strengthening the quads. And coming down. Bring both knees in towards your chest, rock from side to side. And circle the knees around as well. Okay, just rocking over onto one side, just for a couple of moments. And then pressing down into your palms and lifting yourself back up again. So we've reached our Paschimottanasana. So you're going to get a cushion or blanket and place it down. I'll just do a little demonstration for you. And then with your hips, your sitting bones, you just slide yourself onto your cushion and then let your hips tilt, legs stretch out in front, and it makes it so much easier to sit with your legs stretched out in front. Back's nice and upright. If it feels tight on the hamstrings, you can place a blanket under the backs of your knees, and that will really help to alleviate any tension there. So Paschimottanasana, seated forward bend, it's a moving, flowing asana. And it moves a little bit like a churning of a wheel. And it helps to draw up any tension, any blocked energy in the spine, and it's all released out through the heart as you move forwards. I'll just do a small demonstration so you can see what it looks like. Get yourself organised. And popping your cushion or your blanket down. Sliding your bottom onto it, and then just let your hips Slide slightly forward so your sitting bones are grounded down to the earth. And it's just giving you that lovely uplift. So your pelvis is tilted upright. And you can do this pose with your eyes closed or your eyes open. First of all, you're going to take your awareness right down to those sitting bones and towards the base of the body. And just lengthening the spine as you breathe in. And so you're drawing that steady earth energy up through those sitting bones. Length of the spine, sternum lift, shoulders relax. And then you're going to take both hands out to the sides and lift both hands up as you breathe in. For the lift up through the ribs. Check your shoulders are relaxed. And then the hands are going to come down in front. It's like you're squashing something down. Take the hands down to the level of the navel and then turning the palms upwards. You're going to lift the hands and lift the sternum so you create space. And then turn the hands forward in front of the heart and just let the body reach forward. So reaching forward from the waist. Let your head, neck and shoulders relax. Let the arms relax. Bring your hands down. Turn your palms up. So the little fingers just trace along the sides of the legs as you come back to that seated position. That's it. Breathing in, breathing in, breathing in as you take the hands up through the midline and breathe out as you reach forwards. So it's got this lovely churning movement. Breathing in as you lift the hands up towards the level of the heart and reach forward. So we're releasing anything that's holding you back, anything that'll bind you, any thoughts, anything that you no longer need, let it go with the breath. Any tension in the back. Now, that perfect balance of effort and ease. You could even visualize that you've got a light between your palms and you're drawing that light up from the base of the body all the way to the heart, and it extends forwards, flowing from the heart to the crown and then down the arms. You're creating this flow, this energy. Moving with the breath. Now, next time you move forwards, just place your hands onto your legs. You can go onto your shins, your ankles, your feet. Let your head relax down. Just allow yourself to enter into a quiet space. And then gently becoming aware of the base of the body. Again, the sitting bones, drawing the hands in and back up to heart level. And then let your palms come together at the heart, closing your eyes for a moment or two. Releasing your hands down when you're ready. And you might just want to spend a couple of moments just resting there. In this pose, it stimulates the digestive and the reproductive systems by massaging the abdominal area. It promotes emotional well-being by calming the nerves. I invite you to just roll over onto your tummies now and just come down onto your bellies. Just spend a couple of moments resting in crocodile pose. So your forehead rests onto your arms. And your feet are separated. And put a few deep breaths into the belly. Walking your feet closer together now. So the backs of the soles of the feet are facing upwards. You're going to slide your hands forward. So both arms are stretched out in front as if you're flying, if you've got space for them. Taking a couple of breaths deep down into the belly and breathing out. Forehead stays down on the mat. And then with your next in-breath, we're going to rise up, keeping the palms down, but the forearms are going to lift and the head is going to lift. So just breathing in, lifting up. You can feel a bit of compression in the lumbar part of the spine. Breathe out, let the body come down. And a breath in between. Bring your hands back in one hand length. The elbows are slightly bent. Forehead down again. This time the forearms are going to lift again. So just breathing out. Engage core muscles, but not the glutes. Feel a lengthening through your spine, lifting the sternum. Shoulders relax down. Bringing the body back down. As you breathe out. Bringing the hands in one more hand length so your thumbs are in line with your eyes. Forehead rests on the mat. And this time we rise up into Ardha Bhujangasana, the Sphinx pose. Breathing out first of all. Engage your core muscles, but not your glutes. Lengthening the spine, letting the sternum lift. And then bringing your elbows in underneath your shoulders. Keeping the shoulders nice and broad. Forearms down, separate the fingers, lift chin so it's parallel to the floor. Taking a few moments to breathe steadily and evenly. Letting your head move now, left to right. Smoothly moving the head, massaging the muscles of the neck. And then let your head come back to the middle and let your chin drop down. Chin relaxes onto the chest. And the breathing rhythm is steady and even. Lifting your head back up now. Rising up. And just focusing your awareness in between your eyebrows. Take those elbows back out to the side, let your body come down. Separate your feet wide, heels are in, toes are pointed outwards, one arm on top of the other. forehead rests onto your arms. And the whole of the spine relaxes in Nakarasana, crocodile pose. The body settles. The fluids, liquids, the waters of the body, the emotions are calmed and soothed. The body is still. The mind takes a few moments to find its stillness. Sliding your hands underneath your shoulders and bringing your feet closer together. Pressing towards your palms and bringing your hips back to join your heels into the pose of a child. Extended child, then child. Forehead tucks in. Then bringing your hands back by your ankles when you're ready. Rising up in your own time. If you want to spend a few extra moments down there, you can. And then it's time to just make your way onto your back. Your blankets, your cushions, anything you need to support your body as you rest. Make sure you stay nice and warm. Check in that you feel comfortable, you feel safe. All parts of your body feel the ground beneath you. You could just gently press down into your heels and backs of the knees, hips. the shoulders, the upper back, the arms, back of the head. And then notice if there's any sound around. Maybe the sound of the street, your family. Just breathing in, noticing the coolness of the air. If there's something you can detect a smell. And then notice if you can see anything with your eyes closed. You might see the cell membrane and the backs of your eyes. And then notice if there's any tastes in the mouth. And then just taking that awareness right down through your body once more, toward your feet, and just pointing the toes away from you. And breathe in and point the toes in toward you so you feel a tightness through the backs of the legs. And breathe out and softly let go. Tightening the calf muscles now. And softening the calf muscles. Tightening the kneecaps. Breathing in. And let go. Tightening the quads. And let go. Squeezing into the glutes now, feeling the hips lift. Out and go. Softening. Engaging those core muscles one more time, lifting pelvic floor, squeezing into the glutes. And breathe in and out a couple of times. And soften, release, and let go. Pressing the sacrum down towards the mat. Rolling the thumbs in towards the palms, wrapping the fingers around the thumbs, and then roll the arms in towards the body. You feel the stretch through your shoulders. Breathe in. And as you breathe out, roll the arms so the palms are facing upwards. And then just taking a few more very, very gentle breaths. Acknowledging the spaciousness in the chest and that gift of breath being received and released. Turn your head now to the left side and the right side. Bring your head back to the middle, scrunch up your forehead, your eyes, your jaw, moving the face. And then just let your face soften and relax. Taking a moment now to just scan over your body again. And if any areas of the body are holding any tension, any tightness, breathe into them. Soften. And as you breathe out, just encourage that part of the body to soften and relax. Scanning again. And then this time, just invite the whole of the body to soften, to relax, to let go. And as you breathe in now, feel the chest rise. Capture the still point at the top of the in-breath. Release a slow out breath. And repeat this several times with full awareness. Enjoy being present in the present moment. Going to use this feeling, still point in the breath, and just move steadily around the body, breathing that nurturing feeling into the feet, to the toes. And as you breathe out, just let go. And then move along into the arch of the foot and the heel. Breathe out, let go. And then into the ankle, calf and the shin. Into the knee. Up into the quads. And hips and pelvis. Into the belly. The back of the body and the spine. Into the chest. Into the face. And then bringing that awareness back just underneath your nose. Pause at the top of the breath. And just allow your body to spend a few moments just resting now, resting in stillness. I'm going to begin to reawaken the body now. Allow this body to start moving. Give your toes a wriggle in your fingers and take a smile. And begin to deepen the breath. Hear the sounds of the breath, filling the lungs. You notice the spaces that expand in your body with that power of the breath, its expansive nature. As you breathe out, begin to stretch and to move. You might want to bring your knees in towards your chest. Just letting your body move in a way that's just perfect for you. When we work with our Drew Yoga practice, it has such a powerful effect on the body. It helps the body to produce endorphins. The electromagnetic field of the heart expands. You're able to make clear decisions. Creativity It's boosted productivity and it helps to boost your confidence. You feel more in tune with yourself and the needs of others. And just drawing in on those qualities, having a stretch. Breathing out. You might want to turn onto one side and just feel as though the light of the sun, fresh energy and vitality is pouring into every cell within your system. Slowly, slowly pressing your palms down to the mat and just bring yourself to sit. And just sitting however is comfortable for you. Palms together, rub your hands together. Get your nice warm palms over your eyes. The eyes open up into the palms. And then begin separating the fingers so the light travels in. Give your forehead a little tap. Eyebrows and jaw. So the dust off. And give yourself a nice generous look. Inside of hook as well. And in your palms, come together. Make a hole. Shanti, Shanti, Shanti. May all beings be at peace. I hope that you enjoyed today's class.